All right, how's it going, everybody? I'm SmartAlec24, and this year, I think early July, July 6th, roughly, I think, that will mark 10 years of me being on Twitch. Technically, I was on Twitch a little bit longer, or a little bit earlier than that. I think I first knew what Twitch was maybe November of 2014, maybe a bit sooner. And I had a different channel. I only streamed a couple of times on it. But then I made this current channel, or at least my current channel. I made that July of 2015, and I had just turned 19 at that point. So, yeah, by the time the 10-year anniversary rolls around, I'll be 29. So I'm close to 30, which is wild. But, yeah, it has been a wild 10 years. All I can really say is thank you guys for hanging out throughout the past decade. I have changed quite a bit as a person, I think. 10 years ago, I was nowhere close to the kind of person I am today. I'm still kind of the same. I still burp. I still eat Oreos. I still say and do stupid things. But I've got a bit of a better head on my shoulders. And I have a lot more hair on my head. So, but anyways, now's not the time to get sentimental. We can a little bit. I would like to reveal what we're doing for the 10-year anniversary stream. Yes, I'm going to do a special stream. It's not going to be anything ginormous or anything, but we're going to do something special. As most of you know, pretty much most of what I've done on stream has been speedruns. And I'm still going. I'm almost, as of recording this, I'm almost at 1,000 games. I'm still debating on a couple games for which one will be number 1,000. We'll talk about that later. But I decided, let's do a speedrun marathon. But not just that. Let's do 24 games. And there's a little twist. There's a bit of a twist. Can't talk. What we're gonna do, there's gonna be 24 games. Some of them are gonna be beat the game. Some of them are just gonna be part of the game, because I don't have that kind of time. But I had a list at first of 24 games, and I could have went with it. I could have. But I was kind of unsure about a few things. I was like, I don't really know if this is gonna work. Something feels missing here. That was the big one. I'm like, something feels off. I feel like I gotta workshop this a bit. And I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I tend to be somebody who I decide everything. I'm the one in charge of everything, which is still true. But I thought about it, and I came up with an idea, and it actually made this whole process a lot more fun, a lot better, in my opinion. So here's what we're doing. We are doing 24 games in a speedrun marathon, but it's not just up to me. You will get a say as well. I am going to put out a survey, and I'm going to go through this survey here in just a minute. You're going to cast your votes. You're going to decide what games we're doing. Some games won't make it, but that's okay. Some games will make it. Some games I've already decided are going to make it, but you're going to pick the goals that I'm going to do. And then, on the day of, we're doing what you guys voted for. So, I'm going to throw on some tunes real quick, and I will show you guys this this survey we got going. Hopefully the volume, I'll put it right around there. All right, let's get to it. So, this is SmartAlec24's 10-year anniversary stream fan vote. I'm not going to read this verbatim because you can. But yes, you're going to have a say in how this goes. So, I will speedrun 24 games that I've ran in the past. Any game that I haven't speedrun, at least as of today, it's ineligible. I did consider it briefly, but we're not going to do any game that I haven't run already. And I wanted to try to represent different eras of my stream. the beginning of my speedrunning career, stuff around the middle, and I wanted to try to focus on a couple of current things. So I hope that this kind of, I hope I kind of spread this out a bit. So let's see, a lot of that I kind of talked about, but yeah, honestly, you guys are the reason that I kept going. You guys, a lot of you really enjoyed watching me speedrun all kinds of stuff. Some of you enjoyed watching me speedrun your favorite game, and you decided to stick around anyways, which I am appreciative of. Yeah, so I decided I'm going to give you guys a say in how this goes. Now, I will say this. When you guys input your votes, there's a few things. First off, you have to sign in with your Google account. That's the only way. I don't want to... One, it's to prevent people from voting 100 times. But two, I need some way to control this. So, I am not collecting your email addresses, though. I know that that's a concern for a couple people. I'm not collecting your email addresses. I'm not doing anything with that, okay? I don't care. So, you just have to sign in with it. As long as you do that, you're fine. Also, if there's a tie, I'll break the tie somehow. Whether it's flipping a coin, whether it's asking one of my siblings, I'll make it happen. Here's the other thing. This is a little cut off at the bottom, but I'm doing that on purpose. There are 4 games that I am already going to lock in. The game and the goal. They're already set. You can't have a say in those 4 games, so you are going to have a say in 20 of these games. You're going to decide 20 of these games. You're going to have a hand in it. But there's 4 games that I'm going to do. I'm going to reveal what those are right now. You might, I think when I scroll down, you're going to see all of them at once. If that happens, it's okay, because we're going to talk about them all. Here are the 4 games that are guaranteed to be in this event. And they were in the initial list first. So here are the 4 games we are absolutely doing. So first is Wii Sports. This is the speedrun. So the earliest speedrun footage I have that I still have available, I was playing Wii Sports. I think it was my second speed game ever. Yeah, it was my second speed game. This is the first game in the list. This will be the first game we play for this entire thing. We are starting with Wii Sports. I could have done all sports, but baseball sucks, so we're going to do golf 9-hole. The second is Shrek 2 GBA, any percent. The most viewed speedrun on my YouTube. Not my most viewed video, but my most viewed speedrun. I think a lot of people who know who I am know that this was a childhood game of mine. I had an article written about me playing this game, too. If I remember to link it in the description, I will. It's a no-brainer to put this one in. Likewise, Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City, any percent. I haven't done any percent in 5 years. But also, I ran it for Retrothon 2020. I played part of it for Super 16. I bombed it. I redid it for an event called Multi-Game Race Revenge. I redeemed myself there. Yeah, Michael Jordan is definitely going to be in this list. There's no way. We can't ignore it. And the last game. This will be the final game in the list, so we are starting the marathon with Wii Sports. Mario 3 is at the end. These 2 games are in, and then the other 20, I'll figure out what makes it, and I'll kind of organize the list that way. Mario Brothers 3, any percent no wrong. This is literally the first video game I have any memory of playing. This is what got me into playing video games. We're doing it. The other thing that I should mention, halfway through the event, I'm expecting this to be about 7.5 hours at the most. Halfway through the marathon, I'm going to take a break for about 30 minutes to get something to eat, and then we'll continue. So, just a heads up on that. I want to make sure that it doesn't... Okay, here we go. So the other thing, some of the games I'm going to show you, I'm not going to go through it verbatim, but some of the options below, you'll see that there are... like, you might see one game versus another. One game is the whole game, the other game is just part of it. It's not because I like one over the other, it's because I tried to pick goals that are similar in length. So, one game might be beat the game, the other game might be half the game, or like, it might go to a certain point. That's just because those two take me about the same amount of time. That's really all it is. So I just want to make that clear. And as you can see here, You cannot vote in anything that I ran before, because you guys are just going to do Codename Viper, and no. I love you guys, but no. Alright, I am going to go through each choice below, and let's do it. So here is what you're going to have control over. Mega Man 3 versus Mega Man 5. These are my two favorite Mega Mans. I'm going to beat 8 Robot Masters. You're going to tell me what. Next, there are two obscure shooter games that I've ran. Conduit 2 is a first-person shooter for the Wii, which is kind of unusual. Outrigger is a Dreamcast shooter that's third-person or first-person. I still have record in both of these games. It's been a while since I've done both of these. Conduit 2, it's been a long time. You guys are going to decide which one of these two you want me to play again. And both of these, as you can see, this is kind of my example. Outrigger would be the whole game. Conduit 2 is just part of it because they're similar in length. Alright, now, this next game is a little interesting. This next game is guaranteed to be in the list, but you're going to pick the goal. You're going to decide, of almost every Jazz Jackrabbit episode for MS-DOS, you're going to pick 3 that you want me to play. The top 3 vote getters get in. And because it's going to be July, and if you really like the Christmas episodes, you can vote those in. So Jazz Jackrabbit is going to take a spot in the list, but you're going to decide what episodes make it. If you want me to do the first 3 because those are the ones I had as a kid, that's fine. If you want me to do 4, 6, and a Christmas one, that's fine. You're probably wondering why 5 is not a choice. I don't like it, and it's lengthy. So, 5 is ineligible. I want this to be a fun event. Alright, next. These two games, Kitaretsu and Tom and Jerry Game Boy, both of these got into Tiny 10 events because of me. You're going to decide which one you'd rather see. There are also a couple of Super 16 games I really enjoyed, Super Turrican and Pitfall the Mayan Adventure. You'll make your pick there. And right below that, Alfred Chicken NES versus Felix the Cat NES. You're going to decide which one you want there. Felix the Cat, we can't do the whole game because it's a little bit too long, but if it makes it, I'll do the first 5 worlds out of 9, or we can just do Alfred Chicken any %. Up to you. Up next, we have a couple of Genesis games, Quackshot or Demolition Man for Genesis. I only did a couple of Sega Genesis races. You have a choice. Which game would you rather see between these? The next game, you're picking the goal. You're not choosing the game. It's Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper's making it. It's been a while, but Sly Cooper is going to make it. But you're going to pick the goal here. And this was the last goal I changed on this. Originally, this was a lot longer, but I had to scale it back. So you're going to decide, do you want me to beat Worlds 1 and 2 any %, meaning I just skip straight to the bosses via out of bounds? Or do you want me to get all keys in World 1, meaning we're going to beat an entire world? Up to you. What would you like? Next, a couple of jank NES games, but they're both short and sweet. Ghoul School or California Raisins, up to you. Which one would you like? And speaking of short games, we have a couple more. E.T. for the Atari versus Donkey Kong Jr. Math. E.T. Is considered the worst game ever made, and yet I can beat the game in a minute. I made a speedrun tutorial of it. Donkey Kong Jr. Math is my most expensive NES cartridge, though. Maybe you want me to bring that out. Up to you. Next. So, NES Odyssey back in 2024, just a year ago, I got 2 PBs and 2 beat-em-ups. Lethal Weapon and Batman Returns. Which one do you want to see more of? I guess that's really the only thing I have to say there. I'll let you guys read all these paragraphs and everything. This next one's a little fun. Or at least I think it's fun. This was not originally an idea I had, but then when the survey came out, when I switched to this, I'm like, wait a minute, I got an idea. Spyro the Dragon will make it. It will make it into the list. Do you want me to play the PS1 version, or do you want me to play the Reignited Trilogy? And the goal is going to be to beat World 1 100%. Do everything in the first world. But, do you want me to do it on the original version, or do you want me to bring out the Reignited Trilogy? Up to you. Battletoads versus Zelda 2. I have to explain this one just a little bit. So, Battletoads is pretty simple. I'll beat Turbo Tunnel with no warps. Zelda 2 is beat Palace 1, but in order to have these two be equal length, if Zelda 2 wins, I'll get a couple extra items on the way. I'll get the extra heart container. I'll get some extra experience. I'll do part of the 100% route. That's roughly 10 minutes. I will do that for you guys. So if you vote Zelda 2 in, I promise you I'll figure out a way to make it basically 10 minutes. I would get the candle. Like, I would do that. Like, I'll make it happen. All right, next. You can decide between Gauntlet on the NES, or you can decide between that and Deja Vu on the NES. In Big 20 number 20, I completely bombed Deja Vu. But maybe you guys don't want to see Deja Vu again. Maybe you guys want Gauntlet. It's up to you. What would you like? So this next one, these two games aren't necessarily tied to me super well, but there's some history with me in these games. Super Mario 64 16 star or GoldenEye 007 N64, and what I would do is I would beat Dam all the way through Streets, because Streets, there's that one record where that guy's like, I've never seen a 116, I think? It's like, I've never seen a 116 and I never will, something like that. I don't remember the exact time, but anyways, point being, you can decide between Mario 64 or GoldenEye 64. Your choice. What would you like more? Next, you're picking a Star Wars game. I can do part of Apprentice of the Force GBA. What I would do is I would rescue Princess Leia and escape the Death Star. Or, I'll play Battlefront 2 2005, aka the good one, on PC. I wasn't sure on a goal here at first, but I think what I will do is I'll do Galactic Civil War, which is Rebellion and Empire. I will play 5 maps. I'll probably pick my 5 favorite ones. I know it says I'll pick my 5 favorite here, but we'll think about it. If it wins, I'll think about it a bit more. But yes, I will beat any 5 maps in instant action. That just means you make a playlist of levels you want to play, you play them. That's that. So next is Smash Brothers Brawl. This will make the list. However, you're going to decide a goal. I can do Subspace Emissary to a point, but I wouldn't be able to do the whole thing, or I will beat Classic and All-Star modes on easy. Simple enough. Now we're going way back on this one. We're almost done here. But you can decide between Alan Wake's American Nightmare or Castle of Illusion HD. And these are 2 games that I ran in marathons back in like 2016, 2018. Y'all know I love Alan Wake. However, maybe you guys are Disney fans. I don't know. Make your pick. All right, 2 more. So we had to have some sort of meme game, some sort of like silly game, but I wanted something that's actually like kind of a speed game. We talk about bad movies all the time. So I'll play either The Room Tribute or Manos: The Hands of Fate. Tommy Wiseau versus, I think Hal Warren was the director of Manos. Manos is the movie that has Torgo. So there's that. Anyways, there's that one. But we need one more. This last thing that you're voting on was not in the initial list. I might reveal that initial list that I had, like, sometime in the future. This was not in the original list. In fact, a few of these were not. This one wasn't. What else wasn't in the list? I think I cut Apprentice of the Force and Battlefront 2 originally, and I felt bad. Battletoads and Zelda 2 were not in the original list. These weren't here, or these weren't even in contention. Alfred Chicken was not in the list. Felix was, but I decided to bring Alfred Chicken in. Anyways, I might reveal that in the future. Last thing you're voting on. You're voting between Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3. I will beat 3 worlds in either game. It's up to you which one you want. You guys might like DKC 2 more. I've always liked DKC 3 more. It's up to you guys. Which one would you like? So, yeah. That's going to be that. That is the survey. That is everything. And you can read through all this dialogue here. All this text here. To be fair, you could call it dialogue. It's just a little weird to call it that. But yeah, you can read all these paragraphs here explaining some stuff. But there it is. You guys are going to decide this. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off submissions on May 24th for two reasons. One, I need to, I can't let this go forever. But two, I need time to de-rust games, simply put. So I think May 24th at midnight, I will probably cut it off. So that's, you have until then. So I don't know if I have anything else to mention, at least not right now. The survey link, the description below. Or if you're in my Discord, I'll post it there. I will post this on my YouTube community thing. I'm not on Twitter or anything anymore, so I can't post it there. However, you are welcome to share it if you'd like. Okay, I think that's that. So, and yes, I am bound to the survey at this point. So if you post this somewhere and 200 people come in and vote in Mega Man 5, I have to honor it. So, it's up to you guys. It is your decision because I just feel like it's right to give you guys some choice in this. All right, let's put it out there. So thank you guys for watching. Have fun voting. Feel free to campaign if you'd like. Up to you. I'm putting this out there. You guys handle the rest. All right, that is going to do it from me. So thank you guys for watching. Have fun voting. See you then.